So send me any silver bars you have.
Inside is a casting for an ornate handle, flecked with glittering bits of silver.
No, not the booze. Need to find the silver bars in the cluster that is my inventory.
We can use this shaft to open one of the vault doors.
Okay, so far we have 3.
This is the place.
Something.
The entrance to the archive must be near.
Okay, I dug up a hatch.
And I opened the one
Yeah, I saw.
thing for loot.
So much history. I could get lost in these tomes.
Even does not care. Medical report. Alas, another lost cause. The demon has merged so completely with its host that it is hard to tell which one you are speaking to at any given time. About radical measures. Incurable cases should be handled with the utmost reverence and care. It is no small thing to commit 2 souls to the vaults. Yes, 2. The possessed and a priest to watch after them, from this life into the next. Hallowed be those who sacrifice themselves for this holy purpose.
The sinking of the Orc fleet, the destruction of the Shadow Tower, the failed assassinations of Godwoken, the petrification of no less than 4 succubi, all of these failures can be attributed to the same demon. S wants you to uncover his name and bring him to heel.
The dark presence encroaches. Let this journal serve then as a monument to truth, a rare treasure in a world built on lies. To whoever reads this, please know, we only intended to protect, never harm. No priest I know would see an innocent suffer. Blood Moon Island's very purpose was to keep Rivellon safe, to exorcise and cleanse, to relieve demon-infested souls wherever we might find them. Not every victim is so easily purified. There are the unlucky ones, destined to writhe eternally, vessels for demons too stubborn to return to the plane they call home. Elenessa was one such vessel. Deva brought the elf sorcerer here. She was limp, glass-eyed, silent. We all felt the presence when we drew near. We knew such darkness could never be cast out. She would be banished to the vaults, along with the priest unlucky enough to shackle her. But it was never to be. Deva had tired of seeing brothers and sisters sacrifice. He performed the exorcism on Elenessa himself, in spite of our protests, in spite of our prayers. And so the shadow was released. Elenessa did not survive the exorcism, but I take some comfort in knowing an ancestor tree will grow where she fell. As for Deva, I do not know his fate. I rushed to the archive, knowing the presence must never be allowed to sing the hymn and enter the vaults. Yet I have found but one. Where the rest may be, I can't be certain. So now I wait. The shadow will soon engulf me. Whatever Blood Moon Isle might become, know what it once was, a temple of hope and healing. I pray this is how you remember us. And that was written by the archivist of this place.
Do you have attribute points? Or I do to spend, so should I?
You could just pop one in strength. It does increase our melee damage for what that's worth. And I'd say the other in wits.
Yeah, because our
initiative is starting to lag. Okay, got another medical report. Opening the book, you read the description of attempts to exorcise a child. It seems the priests were quickly overwhelmed by the demons within. They were never able to find even an echo of the child's soul.
This was a most difficult case indeed. The demon who attached itself to this particular soul fed on pain. There was no amount of suffering the individual could endure that did not cause the demon the greatest joy. In the end, it was safer and more humane to commit both the soul and the demon to the vaults.
The spirit urgently passes a hand across the spines, whispering each tome's title as she comes across it.
No, it isn't here. This is impossible. You, my brother, help me find it. There is little time.
I can be of no help if I don't know what you're looking for.
This is no time to feign ignorance, my friend. The doctor's arrogance may end us all. He has released a dark presence upon us. It must never sing the taming. The hymnals must be destroyed. And yet, I see no sign one was ever here. You must help me look.
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes like a pianist's upon the keys.
Okay, I think the taming is the hymnal, so we already know that. I would like to know more about the dark presence.
A malignance more rotten than any I've known, brother. It should have been confined to the vaults. I'd have offered myself up for the sacrifice had I known the doctor's intentions. Now be silent. Your questions vex me, and I have no time for idle chatter. Find the others, and gather near the flaming guardians. Should the hymn be sung, the vaults can be opened. We are not safe.
She hushes you with an index finger held to your lips and continues her search.
Alright, you could try talking to her and ask one of the other questions.
Her hands...
Okay, so we only get one more question. I already asked 3, so definitely not that one. I think the taming just refers to the hymns that make the statues explode to open the vaults. Yeah. We also already pretty much know what's in the vaults. So, ask about the doctor?
Yeah.
You must be feverish, though I wouldn't be surprised. Dr. David was surely ill to risk all that he's built here.
So he wasn't just a doctor, he was like the guy that founded this place, possibly. And there was a hidden wall back here.
Okay.
The transparent artifact glimmers of its own accord, as if conducting light from another world, another plane of living. As your hand nears it, it shivers and speaks. Your head perks. You know these words. This is the language of demons. Few have heard it spoken aloud.
Connected as one. The past and the present slave. Absolution and redemption await the one whose sins are many.
Okay, I'm going to examine the blade.
Crystal blade, seemingly separated from its hilt. It's clearly of a kind with the object you recovered from the Surrey tomb.
So this is the other piece of anathema.
And then we'll have to put it together.
The words it previously spoke. It has nothing more to offer.
Into the backpack you go.
The hilt of a blade, I do believe. But clearly no ordinary blade.
Yeah, apparently my thievery was too low, but it just didn't say.
Okay, good to know.
A plate. The last teleporter.
So now we know where all the vaults were, presumably because of
that
map. That you. And it looks like there are 3 of them, so we should be able to open all of them at this point because we have 3 levers. Okay. So let's go handle that, and then probably kill the advocate, because so far I'm not seeing any reason for us to keep him alive. I very much doubt that a mouthpiece of the demon that originally possessed the poor elf is going to do anything other than try to shut her up. By fixing it, I mean jamming this piece of lever into the...
A presence accosts you. You cannot see it, yet know it is there. It is in front of you, then behind, then finally within. You hear its whispers. The master must teach you, so that you may become a master in turn. And then it is gone.
Okay.
There's got to be more to it.
From stone to dust, from stone to dust.
I watch the gate. Who goes there? I watch the gate. Who goes there? You must leave. The one who must be chained will take your soul. Do not let it speak. Do not let it speak to you.
I could just put everything in there out of its misery.
No. You must leave. You must not speak to it. You must not speak to the one who must be chained. It will steal your soul. It will steal your very soul.
I'm a sorcerer. I have the power which mere mortals cannot even dream. I can kill it.
Kill it if you can, but do not let it speak. I beseech you, do not let it speak. The lock will work. The gate will open. I am the key. I am the gate.
So I'm going to have to persuade each of these guys to actually let us in. So leave that conversation to me. So don't let it talk, just kill it. Oh, go stand in that source pool. You may as well get some back. Okay, so let's go.
Fours lies chained in the pit. The raw power you sense within her is barely contained by the spell that binds her.
Okay, she's pretty resistant to earth, somewhat resistant to poison, air, and fire. I guess go for water.
Do you know who you are, Godwoken? Do you know what you seek?
I'm a just attack, I think.
I'll let you handle that.
Unless you want to talk to it, but that just seems like a really, really bad idea. So here's the problem. I don't have any water attacks that would allow me to target in this circumstance. So, boom. Okay. Thank you, game.
Do not leave me here to rot and die. Show me the goodness of your heart, Godwoken, and I will share my power.
Yep. Go ahead and open that up.
I know you. You are
The lizard closed.
I know who you are. I know what you want. I know your good heart.
It is not letting me attack.
And it's not.
Great. We're probably going to have to quick load because apparently she could see you despite not getting as close as I did.
Yeah.
Okay, Ethan. I have a rest scroll.
Yeah, just see if you can kill me.
It's not letting me hit you either. Thank you, game. Fuck you.
Yeah, let's just load, because that's dumb. And my refusing to talk to something should be respected.
Just don't go in there.
Yeah, I'm just not going
at all until I start the fight. Now I have to try to get a sight line.
Without it seeing you.
Pretty much.
I know the weakness of your heart.
Yes, thank you for finally triggering a fight. You can come in now.
Oh, cool. You can do a bow and arrow thing.
I'll admit, that hurt. Get oil. It's kind of annoying because sometimes the game does let you attack things in conversations, and then sometimes it just says no. You're probably going to have to walk forward all of 2 feet, but that might work. Fireball if you can. Okay, damage over time should do it.
That was better.
But yeah, I'm sorry. That's the equivalent of the demon starts talking to you. I cast Meteor Strike. No, you didn't. I'm sorry. If a DM did that at a table, I would at the very least, leave.
I watched the gate, but the one who should be dead is dead. I'll watch the gate no more.
Oh, cool. He gets to leave too. Day 1. Extreme precautions must be taken to ensure the security of our vaults. The demons seem, at times, on the verge of breaking through their chains. Should such an eventuality take place, we must prevent them from escaping. The levers that could open the doors must be broken. Day 14. The more time I spend here, the less sure I am of this. Where does the demon stop? Where does the victim begin? They certainly don't seem to like it when the body is threatened, though. Day 25. The chains at least seem to be holding. There were some moments of concern, but the columns do their work. No soul shall escape this room. Day 31. It's time. There isn't any more I can do. I can only pray that it was enough. May the gods forgive me.
A trembling spirit wrings his hands, his eyes darting around the room. They settle on you.
What are you doing here? What do you want? You mustn't linger. You mustn't remain.
I mean no harm.
It does not mean harm to do it. Please, go.
So why can't we open the door?
My vigil is eternal. It won't cease until I'm convinced, truly convinced. Something might change for the better. For now, we remain as we must, stuck between action and inaction. Watching, waiting.
So how did you come to be here?
His hands shake. He clears his throat.
As a priest, I had a patient. A dastardly demon held him in its grasp. The demon absorbed all his pain, in exchange for his soul. I was certain we'd only diminish the demon by overwhelming my patient with pain. I planned to torture the demon until it gave up its grip over the poor fellow. I began in earnest, but his cries pierced my heart. Even if the treatment could save him, I hadn't the stomach nor the soul for it. So I lied to the others. I told them there was no helping him. I told them to seal us down here, where he could do no harm, where I could guard his prison. Better one soul damned than two.
Maybe I can help banish the demon?
As the levers fixed, perhaps you could extract him. But you'd have to be able to contain him, defeat him, once he'd been loosed. Who am I to say if you're prepared for that?
I have performed at least some exorcisms. I know what to expect.
I suppose the alternative is no better than trusting you. Go, do what you can.
Okay.
Be wary. This demon knows no decency, no remorse.
I'm pretty sure that goes for almost all demons. So.
Look at you.
Alright, he's going to initiate combo as soon as anyone walks in, so we're going to have to deal with this.
A little closer still. My, how long it's been. How very, very long it's been. Would you believe Brother Calvin locked me up in here because he said I was possessed by a demon? Just because I don't feel pain. Have you ever heard anything so superstitious?
Well, I've seen plenty of demons in the flesh. Both before I came to this isle, and certainly a lot since I've come to the isle, so I do kind of believe it.
Well, they didn't look like me, did they?
Surprisingly, some of them did.
Maybe I was a little kooky back then. But you'd be amazed how sobering millennia of imprisonment can be. Praise the Seven, right? Praise the Seven, that's all over.
His mouth twists in an ugly snarl as he stutters that last sentence, and a flicker of something unrecognizable, yet malevolent, flashes across his gaunt face.
You are here to free me, right?
Yeah. In terms of, freeing you from your demon possession, as I promised Brother Kelvin.
The dwarf's face becomes calm, serene even. He looks into your eyes, tranquil as a baby lamb.
Well then, just destroy the pillars. Nothing to it, for one not wrapped in chain.
Yeah, we have to do that as part of this anyway, so...
You're not going to walk away, are you? Are you?
I better actually examine him and see what his resistances are. Okay, fire and earth. Currently he has a resist death thing up, so if that stays, we're gonna have a hell of a time, but...
You're not going to walk away.
The dwarf's face changes, becomes softer somehow. He almost looks like a kid. When he speaks, his voice is quieter, more reserved.
Yes. Please. Release me from him. The pain. I can take it. But he can't.
The dwarf's face flickers and changes, becoming hot red and enraged.
What are you doing? Stop it! Stop it!
Okay, Bill, you probably shouldn't have done that second wave. I think we needed to just hit him. Okay, here we are.
This is almost over.
It feeds
I can't
me.
think straight.
I like it.
Oh. Check my statuses. Yeah, hover over that demonic invasion thing. Causing madness. If you put clear-minded on me, does that kick it out?
Glory is mine.
It tried, and then it decided no. Okay. You might want to put Living on the Edge or something up, because this could get bad. You're out to try to take me out. Or maybe save that for once I actually get your armor down. Yeah, I don't have my fire immunity yet, so fire works for now. Yeah, that reaches. Ow.
Any. Weird.
Prepare yourself. I'll yield to nothing.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm now immune to fire and earth for a turn.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, the demon came back out. Probably going to kill me, though. Or more accurately, you are. Well, that's not gonna work.
So we're gonna have to not.
Yeah, maybe don't destroy the pillars and try just smacking him around for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just hit him. Because the pillars are the only thing that's keeping us. That's something I didn't know.
This strikes me as a fight that is way, way harder because we only have 2 people.
Look at you. Yeah. Would you believe, brother? Oh, maybe
His mouth.
you are here.
The dwarf.
Well, just nothing.
Let's see if we can just...
It is kind of annoying that the game only... Like, it kind of gave the hint that, like, torturing him was one way, but I figured we would have to fight him. And then it's not until you hit him with something that it kind of gives you the hint that that's doing anything.
The dwarf's face.
Yes.
The dwarf's face flickers and.
What are you doing? Come on, come with me.
Things that don't target the pillars.
Yeah, maybe if you could also join in on this.
I'm trying to figure out what I can do.
Things like Poison Dart and Fossil Strike that have smaller AoEs are working just fine. Honestly, even Fireball if you center it right on him.
The dwarf's face.
What are you?
Saying the exact same thing.
This is almost over. This bloody body.
Jesus sake.
This bloody body.
Well, he's probably going to... Well, he's gone.
The demon has been defeated at last, but the fellow he possessed had to be sacrificed too.
I don't know that it could be avoided because even when we destroyed the pillars, he still died. So...
Liberty or death? He has both now, and he's better off for it.
Better dead than enslaved.
Yeah, if there's some way to keep him alive, I don't know what it is.
And fighting
Unless
with
we're
2 people just gets you possessed and then you
dead.
Get a game over.
Which, and also, again, I'd like to point out, he died in that too. It's not like that saved him. The only other thing I can think of is if we had, like, let him heal in between hitting him. Maybe eventually we could have figured out. I don't know if it was like the number of attacks that mattered. We could try it if you want. I really can't imagine getting yourself much lower than that without just killing him.
Yeah, I think it's either you kill him or do a really complicated fight that I don't know how to win.
That doing with 2 people is just going to be a nightmare. I do want to try talking to him one more time, so give me a minute. And again, even that fight just resulted in him dying, so...
Let me out! Let me out, or I'll turn you inside out!
Okay. Do I have anything that might not just kill him outright at this point? I can try just attacking him with a weapon. That's probably my lowest damage ability. I have gotten him to 20 health. If that doesn't do it...
Let me out! Let me...
And then that just kills him. So no, as far as I can tell, even fighting him, like, you know, even destroying the pillars and fighting him,
It causes him to die.
yeah, he still dies. So yeah, if there's some other way to handle that, I simply don't know it. Because it seems like no matter what you do, the dwarf ends up dead. It's just a matter of, do you have to do a really weird battle where you keep getting members of the party, you know, demon possessed?
Then have to beat him up, and
would be easier if we had a party of 4 and not a party of 2. Because the problem with a party of 2 is you have to beat half of your party to near death, probably take some damage yourself in the meantime, and then the demon just comes out and possesses the healthy one.
And it just keeps going back and forth.
I know we've won that fight once under these circumstances, but it was an absolute pain, and I don't want to do it again, and the dwarf died either way.
Yeah, if there was some way to, you know, fix it.
Do what I could not. I hope you will free that poor soul.
I mean, he's as free as he's getting.
The spirit of a young robed man paces the chamber anxiously. He sees you approach. A look of trepidation crosses his spectral features.
Did my order send you? To cure the child?
So, there's a child in there in need of a cure?
Some form of demon seized her and nested inside her mind. She cannot speak or move. We did what we could to help, but we could not risk provoking the beast within. We can find her here, until a way to safely remove the demon could be found. It was my duty to watch over her, but I was never relieved of that duty. She has no family that we know of. All she had was a pet cat. That poor girl's life is drifting past her, thanks to that demon.
Nobody sent us. Are you aware that you're
The
dead?
spirit falters, momentarily lost for words. Finally, he musters a nod.
I was hungry and thirsty for days. Then I rested. When I woke up next to my corpse, I thought I was delirious. I hoped I was delirious. But eventually, I realized what had happened.
I could try and help the girl, hopefully more successfully than the last 2.
The cell is just over there. I can let you in. But are you sure you can help her? What are you going to do?
I'll figure it out, but you need to let me know what I'm looking at first. You have to let me in.
My brothers were confident they could help her as well, but they still had to lock her up here in the end. But nobody else is coming to help, are they? I'll let you in, but promise me one thing. Whatever happens, take her away from this place. Far away.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill a kid. I'm a lot less comfortable. I don't even like what just happened with the dwarf. I'd be a lot more upset over this. So, yeah, if she's basically comatose at worst, we'll take her with and try to figure out some way to help if we can't help right now.
The spirit can't help but smile.
I knew you had good in you, the moment I laid eyes on you. Come, I'll let you in. Take good care of her. Bring her somewhere peaceful. Don't disturb the demon within her. There's no telling what could happen if it breaks free.
Bill, is anything around us ever peaceful?
No. Not even the ship.
The ship's probably the best option we got, but yeah. It might be worth talking to the cat. buttons.
Get away. Do you hear me? Away! I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore.
I'm going to just ask for permission to approach. Your loyalty is admirable, but that alone won't help your mistress.
The tension eases out from the cat's skeletal form. It sits.
Go on. I'll be watching.
You have remarkable loyalty, even beyond death.
Mistress saved me when I was a kitten. She took me in, fed me and kept me warm. She deserves loyalty. I won't leave her side, not until she wakes. My heart stopped beating and my flesh fell away. No matter, I'm staying here.
The young girl lies still and silent in the center of the floor, bound by chains. Difficult to do anything for her until those are removed.
Okay, Bill, we need to very, very carefully remove these chains and not hit the girl or the cat. I'm just going to use my default weapon attack. They put toys down here too, apparently. Okay, the cat's moving away from us. That's for the best. Okay.
The young girl lies silently on the floor, eyes open and staring. Her only movement is the tiniest rise and fall of her chest. The girl's eyes don't even flicker as you lean in close.
I'm going to try taking her hand to see if there's any response.
Her fingers seem to grip you ever so slightly.
Gonna go with the strength persuasion, because I get the feeling that some of the strength to break her out of this is going to have to come from her.
The girl's grip tightens. A flush of color spreads across her previously bloodless features. She's grown stronger, strong enough to move, perhaps.
I'm going to teleport her to Lady Vengeance.
And I remember this being a thing that we wish somebody would mod, that we could take buttons to the Lady Vengeance as well.
Yeah, because if we talk to buttons now...
I can still smell her. She must be near. I'll find her, no matter how long it takes.
Yeah, why can't we just teleport buttons there too?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that maybe Buttons just shows up on the ship later because it said that he would find her.
It would be kind of neat.
So I'm hoping that that's what happens, but I don't think there's anything we can directly do to make that easier, even though we really should.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we could do that, and especially if he had interaction with the undead cat that's already on the ship.
Yeah.
Maybe make that creature a little bit less miserable as well.
Wherever you take her.
I don't know. I want happy endings for all the animals and people.
Except the people in the tavern.
Yeah, those people all need to burn.
Cure her if you can. My task here is done.